Well, I ended up being alive at 4:55 instead of Amazon live at 5:55. I had a chance to get Calvin on today, and he's kind of hard to get on. He's a very, very busy guy. And when I get a chance to go ahead and put him on, I do. But then it messed up my 5:55. So I ended up going through the 5:55 like for 15 minutes. So anybody who was looking for me at 5:55, well, I was there. I was there at 5:55 today. I'm doing my best to be alive. I'm doing my best to be Amazon live at 5:55 p.m. Central Time every day. I'm trying to do every day. I'm doing my best to do every day. And it's hard to believe this is the 30th day in a row that I go live. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. And I got to say, it's not exactly for short periods of time. It's actually quite a long time, most of the time. Sometimes I jump on 2 or 3 times in a day. And sometimes I go for those marathons. I got those 2 5-hour ones. I got one for 5 hours and 20 minutes, and I got one for 5 hours and something. And I went LinkedIn. I went LinkedIn. I went Facebook. I went YouTube, and I didn't realize, and I forgot all about it, that LinkedIn cuts you off at 4 hours. You can't stream any longer than 4 hours. They cut you off. So if I had something important to say in the last hour, well, it got cut off if you were watching on LinkedIn. So anyway, the main thing is the deal with LinkedIn and Facebook and YouTube. It's just basically to let more and more people know that I'm Amazon live at 5:55 p.m. Central Time almost every day. Pretty much every day. Well, at least I'm on every day. 30 days in a row. That's pretty good, considering this is my 5th week. I'm starting my 6th week. So that's about it. Now, I've been doing live streaming with Calvin since October 8th of 2019. We never did live streaming. We only did video. I ended up hold on a second. Let me make sure I didn't lose anybody. Okay. I went ahead. I ended up taking care of my father back in 2017. And my son, I was already taking care of my son. So I had 2 people that needed 24/7 care. And I decided that I was going to go ahead and do live. I mean, I'm sorry, to do videos with my son. So my wife took care of my dad, and I went out and spent some time in the stores for a very long time. And I did a lot of research and did video with my son. After years of traveling all over the country and my son either staying home or staying in the hotel, that's not good. That's not good. You go to Vegas, you do a food show, and then your son stays in the room while you're at the food show, and the food show is so exciting. It doesn't matter what kind of food show it is. Anytime you have a convention full of food, that's a good thing. Some are better than others. The Sweets and Snack Show is in 2.5 weeks or so. Can you imagine all the sweets and all the snacks all under one roof? Now you can only eat so much. So the thing is that if you're a professional food show guy, the deal is to try to taste a lot of things. Don't let somebody give you for instance, a burrito or a hot dog that's got 500 calories, because you won't be able to try anything else. And if you're a buyer, you want to try as much product as possible. If you have a store, if you have an independent store and you're running a store and you go to one of these B2B or, food shows for the trade, you want to try as much as you can because you want to know what your consumers might like. That doesn't mean that you like it, they like it. That doesn't mean that, but at least you have a general idea. People are different. There's no question about it. And there's a lot of things that you do in life. People are different. They think completely different than what you do. And when you talk about food, it's the same thing. It's the same thing. Sometimes you completely agree on, man, that stuff's good. And then sometimes one person says, that stuff's good. And the other person says, oh, man, that's the worst stuff I ever tried. I'll give you an example. I just talked to my sister. She I'm a huge, gigantic crawtator guy. Here you go. Spicy crawtators. Where are you gonna get where but Louisiana are you gonna get crawfish flavored potato chips? Anyway, I love them. I love them so much that I really don't buy any of the other flavors. Flavor number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. I don't try that because I like the crawtator so much that I'm set on that one. That's as good as it gets, right? Well, anyway, I had a chance. I picked up some Voodoo chips. I didn't realize the bag was this big, but it is. It's a big bag of Voodoo. And it seems like it's doing pretty well. So anyway, I talked to my sister today and she said she don't like it. What? Okay, she don't like it. Now, I don't know if I like it. I'm thinking I do, but it doesn't matter because I'm happy. I'm happy for the rest of my life eating crawtators. But the deal is that's what you call niche. Where else are you going to get Voodoo chips other than New Orleans? That product's made in Gramercy, Louisiana. I guess I would imagine it still is. I went to the plant. I saw them making crawtators. I don't think they were making Voodoo chips the day I went. I think that was before Voodoo chips came along. But that's what you call niche, catering to your niche. You're in Louisiana and you catering to the guys that are here. But the good thing about Amazon is you could take a niche and you could send it all over the country and you could try the stuff that we like. It might be niched down to here. Hey, these guys in Louisiana, they like crawfish. Anything related to crawfish, they eat. It doesn't matter what it is. Like I said, I've said several times, I don't know if you ever heard, I eat oatmeal because oatmeal is healthy for you. But if I have crawfish tail meat, I'm going to put the crawfish tail meat in the oatmeal. And I don't know anybody else that does it. I really don't. I don't know anybody else that does it, but that's what I do because I like crawfish. But the deal is, yeah, they cater. When Ron Zapp's the one that started the company Zapp's, and he was in the oil field industry. Everybody in South Louisiana and Texas in the oil, almost everybody in the oil field industry, something related to it. Okay. Well, he did that for a while. He was running a bunch of different companies, and when the oil field business goes south, it goes south, and that's what happened. So he came to Louisiana. I think he was living in Texas. He came to Louisiana and he decided that he was going to sell crawfish flavored potato chips. But the thing is, he did it different because he took a kettle chip, because I don't remember kettle chips being a big thing back in the 80s. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. But Lay's potato chips, had kind of dominated back in the day, and it was regular potato chips. It wasn't kettle style. Now you see all kinds of kettle style potatoes. But anyway, he had that idea. He said, I'm going to come up with a kettle chip that probably not many people here knew, and then I'm going to season it like crawfish. He was determined that was the right idea. So he was walking in the streets in Jefferson Parish, I guess you would say. He was walking in between all the cars, and if you ever been between cars, I don't know what intersections he worked. I don't know what it is, but if you ever saw, okay, I know it's not that bad compared to Houston and New York and Los Angeles and other places, but I don't know, Airline and Clearview, that's pretty busy. And Veterans and Causeway, that's pretty busy, but he's walking around in 85. I remember I was working for Eastern Airlines in 84. And then I went and worked for Bar S Foods in 85, and that's when he was starting his company, 85. And he went around, he had a crawfish flavored potato chip, and he thought that was the real deal. That was going to work, and he was right. He gave chips to people in traffic. Can you imagine? You're in traffic, you're waiting for the light to change. You hope that it changes sooner or later because you're trying to get to work on time, and some guy has a bag of potato chips. Well, I don't know what size the chip was. Maybe it was a half an ounce. I don't know what it was, but he was giving them to the drivers, guys that were, caught in traffic. And then once everybody tried them, they went in the stores and bought them, and that's how it got started. So anyway, that's how it started, and then it got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger over time. And then that chip, the chip company got bought by a bigger company, just like everything else. It's usually what happens. And the thing is, with Amazon, now that product could be shipped all over the country to your door. And many times, everything has different pricing, but many times for a pretty competitive price. Because hey, if you're going to ask a relative, hey, can you send me some of those craw taters? By the time they get to it, it'll be a while. But Amazon's pretty quick; they'll get it to you right away. So anyway, that's that. And then of course, if that works for craw taters, crawfish flavored potato chips, then that works for a lot of niche items, many items. Anyway, I ran across these Dungeness crabs in the background. And I did the double thing. I kind of put Amazon on the right side. There's Prime Days coming up, June 21 and 22. By the way, my internet, man, I got to call my internet provider. This is, it's just not working out too good. But anyway, I went ahead, split screen, and then I noticed I could put some Dungeness crabs in the background. When I started working when I started selling seafood in 85, I saw these crabs, these big crabs sitting in the frozen food department. Big old crabs. That's it right there. And I was like, what is that? What do you do with that? I didn't know we didn't have, I guess back then, if you go back to 85, we had what? Encyclopedias. We had magazines. Seafood, I guess we had, seafood magazines. If you're in the trade, you had seafood magazines. If you were in the seafood business, they had Seafood Business and Seafood Leader. They were magazines, paper. Now they're Seafood Leader is no longer. It's gone. Seafood Business is kind of a digital thing. I don't know if the regular Seafood Business, I don't think they're in print anymore. But anyway, we didn't know much because there wasn't the internet wasn't there. So if you didn't go to Alaska or you didn't go to San Francisco or whatever, had no idea what that was. But man, let me tell you something. That's some good crabs. That's some definitely good. That's some real good crabs. I remember I had a I think it was a 5th grade school teacher, and I always remember this. He said that he went out to a restaurant somewhere. I forgot where it was, and he said, "Give me a dozen crabs." And the waiter says, "Are you sure you want a dozen crabs?" Yeah, I order them all the time, and then come to find out it was the Dungeness. He had to be talking about the Dungeness crabs. Maybe he was talking about the king crab. It doesn't matter. Those crabs are so big, you can't eat a dozen. I mean, especially today, you sure couldn't afford to eat a dozen. But I'm hoping that the price of Dungeness crabs comes back down to earth, and we could eat some again. So anyway, that's in the back. All right, let's see. Okay. DC said, "Hi, Randall. Greetings from San Francisco, California." Hey, just so you know, I grew up in Castro Valley, California. My dad was in the Navy. We lived in Labadeville, Louisiana when we were like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 months. I don't know. I don't remember leaving because I was, 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, something like that. And we went to California. We ended up in Castro Valley, California. That's where I learned how to talk. I learned how to talk over there. So I've been telling people that it must have been a culture shock for me when I left California. I learned how to talk over there because I didn't learn how to talk if I was 5, 6, 7 months. I wasn't talking or anything. I might have been listening, but I wasn't talking in Labadeville. And Labadeville, they got a Cajun accent over there. But anyway, I kind of pretty much learned how to talk in California, and then I start the 1st grade in Thibodaux, and everybody talked with a heavy Cajun accent, so it must have been something. Yeah, Castro Valley, California. I got to go back to Castro Valley, California, I think when I was 40 years old, so it was pretty cool. The pizza place was a burrito place. The grocery store was a Rite Aid. The Texaco gas station that my dad worked at part-time when he was in this, I remember him working there. That was like a Jiffy Lube oil change place. So that's funny. 40 years later, 35 years later, I got to see it. Okay, what are voodoo chips? Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, I read the ingredients. Let me see how good my eyes work. all I got to say is the crottators. That's some good stuff if you like seafood. I used to work with so many different food manufacturers around the country that when what I ended up doing is sending crottators, all over the country to different guys. Now remember, I'm in my 20s or 30s, so it's not like I could afford to send a whole bunch, but I did several times. I know. It says garlic powder, paprika, and turmeric, and it's got smoke flavor. So if that gives you an idea, you see, I read that. I kind of wanted to know because I didn't know what a voodoo flavor was. So this is a big bag, okay? So anyway, if it's paprika, turmeric, garlic, and smoke flavor, that sounds like it might work for me. So I'm gonna try it later. But this might be my prop for a while. I was looking at the bag. The bag's good until November, so I got a long time. So this might be my prop for a long time. Hope I don't step on it by accident. But anyway, my twin sister said she don't like it. So it's going to be interesting to see if I like it. But it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter. I eat the crottators. Here's the crottators. Let me look at the ingredient statement. I'm not exactly sure what's in that either, but it tastes good to me. Let me see what it says. I know maybe cayenne peppers in there, maybe. Let's see. It's got spices, paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder, hickory smoke flavor. I don't know. It might be pretty similar. We'll see. But I'll be trying it. But anyway, that's what you call local voodoo. It might be, I don't know. Hey, if anybody's ever eaten voodoo chips, which some people have because it's distributed all over the place. If you have, let me know. Let me know if you know what voodoo chips taste like. But I've seen a good bit of distribution on it, so it's given, it might be giving crottators a run for the money. Could be, possibly. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna jump in. Okay. Wait. Let me change these Dungeness crabs. I love Dungeness crabs. They are awesome, fantastic, super. First time I ever ate Dungeness crabs was at Harrah's Casino in New Orleans, and I said, "What is this?" And boy, the first time I ate it, wow, this is unbelievable. Look what I've been missing. And I think I must have been, I probably was in my 40s. Man, I would have liked to have been eating that since I was 10. That would have been great. Okay, let me see what else they got here. Maybe you can see the crawfish. Let's see. It's kind of big. There's just so many things I got to do. So many things. You see, there's some crawfish. I got the crawfish in the back, but the crawfish are too big. If they were a little smaller, it'd be pretty cool in the background. How about some boudin? I talk about boudin all the time. How about that? There we go. There's some boudin. That looked good. Oh, by the way, that looks good. I could tell looking at that casing that it looks like it's ready to pop. So when you cook it pretty well, then it's going to get that snap, and you'll be able to eat it pretty good. And it's got a kick. They got a kick. This one I think is from Big Easy Foods out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. Like I said, Lake Charles has been getting, they get 2 hurricanes and then they get 18 inches of rain. What's going on there? I don't know. But anyway, the boudin, yeah, that's good. Okay, what else can I put? I put the crawfish. Oh, I got some more crawfish here. Let's see what this looks like. Because I got the Prime Day thing. I can't move this. I got to leave this here so you can see it. Let's see. Let me see this. Oh, well. Yeah, I'm going to have to get rid of this so you can. The picture just doesn't come out right. That's why we're testing all the time. Just testing. I got a bowl of gumbo here, but it's not gonna show up. Let's see. Hey, look at that shrimp in that gumbo. Oh, I can't wait. They're in Louisiana and Mississippi and Alabama. They're waiting for the season to open, so they're gonna be out there catching some fresh seafood. And the people are loose, right? They're running around. I was driving around Highway 90 and 10, and they got Jeeps over here. They got Jeeps everywhere. I mean, beautiful Jeeps all over the place. I wish the weather would have held up. The weather was bad today. So their fourth day of the event, Jeeping the Coast. I don't know how many events they're going to have down here. Man, they got a bunch. They got a bunch of events, but yeah, a bunch of beautiful Jeeps all over the place. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the Dungeness crabs. Okay, I'll put the Dungeness crabs back there. All right, let me look in the carousel. I keep on thinking that one day I'm going to forget the name of the carousel. I'm going to have to put a name on it so I can remember. I got this, am I going to remember the name of the carousel? Okay, well, the first thing, I wanted to put a little more food. So the thing is, and when I first started doing this, I had food. And I kind of got away from that. And, when you start seeing the stuff that people are buying, then you kind of want to put the things that people are buying. And I used to, my kids, what do you do for a living? During their, when they were growing up, he sells roast beef. Then he's a meatball salesman. He's a crawfish guy. He sells crawfish. He sells live crawfish. He sells sacks of crawfish. So I went roast beef, crawfish, meatballs, and my last thing was skillet meals. And I did skillet meals for a very long time. But now I'm the weed eater, man. Man, talk about some weed eaters. I don't know if I'm starting at the time that people buy tons of weed eaters, but yeah, weed eaters. If it's not a weed eater, it's an ice machine. The ice machine. Wow, the Igloo ice machine, the Frigidaire ice machine. If the GE Profile ice machine wasn't $549, I'd have a few of those sold. But that's a little pricey. I'm going to put that back in the carousel later. Yeah, I've been hearing people talk about the ice. My sister talked about the ice all the time, but I didn't know what she had. I just knew she had an ice machine she liked, and then later I found out it was a GE Profile ice machine, $549. And then I started hearing other people talk about, yeah, it's got the Sonic ice. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what that deal, what that's all about. But whoever's got one, they're pretty excited about it. Hey, look, Fiber One protein bars. When I first got started, I talked about this. The reason I like it is it's an item that's full of fiber, and you need fiber. You need 25 or 30 grams of fiber per day. And this has got 9. I keep on forgetting. It's got 9. It's got 9 or 8. Let's see, 8. Yeah, 8. Okay, it's got 8, right? This one's got 8 right here. And this one right here has got 9. This one's got 9. This one tastes good. This one really tastes good. Okay, so I'll put that in the carousel. But when you go to the stores, you usually see that one, the chocolate caramel one. You see that, but they got one called coconut and almond, and you don't see that one. A lot of times, manufacturers make a lot of different items. They make a lot of different items, but what happens is sometimes only 20 or 30% of the items that they make the shelf, so you don't see the other ones. Well, they're on the shelf. Don't worry, but they might be in Texas, or they might be in California, they might be in New York, but they're not in your territory, so you don't get to try number 3, 4, and 5 because it's not on the shelf. But with Amazon, you usually get the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get them all. So this is one of the ones that you don't see, maybe you don't see as often. Coconut almond. So I put that in the carousel. Let me tell you, it's pretty cool to eat something that's supposed to be healthy for you and it tastes like a candy bar. I'm telling you, it's good. It's good. There's no doubt about that. Now, of course, I'd like to eat a Butterfinger or a Reese's peanut butter cup for breakfast. I'd love to do that, but that's full of sugar, and that's not the way you want to start the day. Sometimes I do, though. if I find, if I have one Butterfinger laying around and it's early in the morning and I'm looking at it, I'm human. I might fall. I might say, oh, I got to have that Butterfinger early in the morning. Bart Simpson, he did a good job. He really did a number on me. He did those commercials. He worked for Butterfinger, and he made me want them more and more. So like the Butterfinger. But anyway, this is a healthy item with a bunch of fiber that you need. You need 25 or 30 grams a day, and this has got the fiber, and actually it's kind of like a candy bar. All right. I wanted to put a few food items because I kind of got away from it. I put the Zapp's potato chips. That's the Crawtator. The Crawtator is an item that was, developed for this market. It's a niche item. But the deal is there's people all over the country that love hot, spicy stuff that has flavor. And this has flavor, and it's spicy, and it's hot. And it's a kettle chip. So it's a great, if you like it, you love it, you're not going to have too much anything to compete against it. So you could have this item shipped to you directly from Amazon. So I'll put that in there. The pure protein bars, they sell pretty well. There's a variety pack. I don't know which one I got there. I think that's one flavor, but there's a variety pack in there. You could have 3 chocolate items, and I'm sure all three of them are good because I've tried them. But the deal is you could buy the variety pack and then decide which one you like the best. And if there's one that you really love, and sometimes that happens, then you could order that one item that you like. And that might be think about it. If they make 10 or 12 items, you're probably not going to see all those in your local store. So this time you get to order what you want. You get to order what you want. Now, I got the Quest bars. This is one of the Quest bars. I put this in here. And the reason I did that is that it's ranked number 1 as far as protein bars. It's number 1 selling protein bar. Now, I'm not talking about the flavor now. I'm talking about the Quest bar. And anyway, I got a couple here. This is the one that you're going to see on the Amazon site. It's birthday cake. It's got 21 grams of protein, and it's got 14 grams of fiber. Okay, so it's got the protein covered, and it's got the fiber. For me, I don't need the protein because I eat a lot of protein. But the thing is, Okay. All right. Okay. It looks like I might be up. Looks like I might be in. Let's see. Let me see. Share, and let's see. I got to share my screen over here. Looks like I got my signal back, I guess. Let's see. www.amazon.com. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and raise that up. Let's see. Let's see if I'm back. I don't know. I don't know if you could hear me or not. I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if you hear me. Hopefully you do. Okay. So this is a glove. This is a glove I saw, Cajun glove with all the different things on it. I thought that was pretty cool. I hope I'm back. Hey, Monique. How you doing? Let's see. Yes, boy, my boys love them. Their favorite Zapp's flavor. Really? They like them better than Crawtators? Okay. Voodoo are the best flavored Zaps. You see, not everybody's the same. You got people from the same place. One thinks they're great, and one thinks that they're not great. But the thing is, just like if you're a company, all you got to do is make one flavor that they like, that your customers like, and that's all it takes. Just like community coffee. You can make 100 different coffees, but as long as they drink community coffee with chicory every day for the rest of their life, that's all you could ask for, right? And that's what happens. Okay, so let's see. Let me go back to the other one. Okay, looks like I'm back on. Wait, I might see if I could do something else while I'm at it. Let's see. Oh, I can put. Okay, I don't know if you're seeing that. Let's see. I don't. Oh, that's an. Oh, okay. All right. So did you see that? I don't know if you saw that. I think you did. That's an overlay. Okay. Yeah. How about that? Is that awesome or what? Wait, I got to show you this. Okay. Since I can do this, let me do this. This is what you call a meal: shrimp and crab. Watch. Here we go again. Shrimp and crab. Now that is awesome. That's fantastic. The only problem is that the crab prices have shot up to the moon. You go to a lot of places that used to serve crabs. They took it off the menu. They can't afford it. I mean, it's just way up there. Way up there. So you can't do that. Okay. I'm going to see what other photos I have. Okay. I'm going to share a few things that I just happen to have. Let's see. Since that worked, I'm going to try. Okay, I got one of Calvin with the background. I don't know what this thing says, but let's see. Oh, wow, what a surprise. We're talking about food in LinkedIn. This is the virtual background that I got to work. I got it to work a little while. So anyway, these are skillets in the back. Skillets. This company out of Wisconsin. Yeah, Wisconsin. The lady is like an artist. And she makes these skillets. Man, I wouldn't mind having a Louisiana skillet. I wouldn't mind having any of those state skillets. They're pretty expensive, though. What about Michigan? Look at Michigan. They got it separated twice. They got that twice. Okay, so let me show you another photo that I have. Oh, here it is. Wait. www.americanskilletcompany.com. Yeah, that's the manufacturer that makes these skillets. And I'm going to show you this. Hey, look, when I talk about the Fitbit, when I talk about losing some weight, here's an example. This is me in November, pretty close to me losing 51 pounds in 17 weeks. On this particular day, I must have been down 48 or 47 pounds. I think this was, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was November 5th, 6th, something like that. And I finished my my journey of losing 51 pounds on November 29th of 2017. Look, when you do what I did, you know the dates. You know when you start it. You know when you end it. You know all the things that happen. And all I know is on this day, it almost ruined my diet. This particular this particular deal is the food, the cooking channel is filming in Gulfport, Mississippi. They're filming Pop Brothers. They make all kinds of healthy popsicles. They do a whole bunch of healthy popsicles, except one, and that's the, what was it? Chocolate cheesecake. Yeah, I think that's what it was. Chocolate cheesecake, whatever. Anyway, it was loaded with calories. I mean, loaded. And you know, somebody's got to do it, but I ate 3 of them during the filming. I was on the episode. They filmed the part for me, but unfortunately, they had to decide whether they were going to go with a kid or an adult, and they went with the kid. I got left on the floor, so I didn't end up in the program. But anyway, I was there. I was there. It was pretty cool watching it being done. But anyway, that's Pop Brothers in Gulfport, Mississippi, right off of 49. That's right by the railroad tracks, right when you get to the railroad tracks. That's where they do these popsicles. And then, you know, they have them all over the place. They have them in the Mississippi Aquarium. By the way, they got a Mississippi Aquarium that opened. Tried very hard to get open last year, but they had to deal with COVID, and they had to deal with all the hurricanes. And man, did we have some hurricanes. Let me see what else I got. Okay, I'm going to show you the boudin. Yeah, there you go. That's the boudin. That's from Big Easy Foods out in Lake Charles, Louisiana. Man, that looked good. That looked good. I'd knock that out. Those 3 pieces, oh, man, that'd be gone. No doubt. Okay, let me get rid of that. I think that's all I want to show you. Oh, okay. Here, wait, here's another one. Yeah, here you go. There, I'm eating that. Here's proof that I'm eating that that chocolate cheesecake, or I don't remember, but it was good. It was very good. Anyway, from Pop Brothers in Gulfport, Mississippi. And then let's see if there's yeah, I found this photo when Calvin was young. He had surgery. Here's a picture of him. He had his legs separated, and he was like that. And the thing is, the hard thing was when I carried him around the house, I held on to this bar, so it was like a handle, you know. And I was trying to get him through the doors. So can you imagine? You got your legs spread out that long, that far, and trying to get through the doors. But yeah, that was a long time ago. That's his sister, Amber. They're like 2 years apart, 2.5 years apart, and that's a long time ago. As you know, Calvin's 32 years old now, and he's getting ready to go. He's getting ready to go 33. And here's let me look at that plate of shrimp again, since I have it. The shrimp and the crab. That's the way to go. Okay. All right. Let me see what's in the carousel. I'm going to look and see what I got. I'm always changing it up. There's just so many things that I come across. I'm always changing it up. I'm trying to change it up because you can't buy the same thing over and over again, right? Let's see. Hopefully I didn't lose anybody. Come on, open up. Open up. Let's see. Let's see. Oh man, I hope I didn't lose. I hope I didn't lose anything here. Open up. Open up. Come on. What's going on? Oh no. Let's see. Looks like I might have lost you now. That is unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Let's see. Come on. Open up. Amazon Live. Come on. It doesn't look like it's going to open up. See, this is all I'm getting. See, this is supposed to open up, and all I get is Amazon Live. And come on, got to open up. Let's see. Everything is published from this device, and this device is not, the program is not working. I might have to start all over again. Oh man, I don't want to do that. I do not want to do that. Come on, open up. We're having technical difficulties. It says we're having technical difficulties, and that's what the deal is. What I may do is I may cut it off. I may completely zap it and try to open it up again. But I will be calling my local cable provider for sure. Come on, open up. Oh, it says we're having technical difficulties. So, well, that's all I can do.